So for this question, it's going to introduce this idea of blocking. So it's a way to try to reduce variability by breaking the data into smaller groups according to some different characteristics, some other variable. So you're given this set of data. There we go. And it's got recumbent length in centimeters of 10 males and 10 females. These are toddlers, 40 months old, a little over 3 years old. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the standard deviation of all 20 of them together. Then we're going to find the standard deviation of just the males, and then the standard deviation of just the females. So the first thing to do in the calculator is to enter this data into a list. So what I have done, and I'll show you here, I'm going to press Stat and then Enter. I'm going to edit my lists. In list 1, I have all of the data combined, males and females together. In list 2, I just have the males, and in list 3, I just have the females. So you would not have to do this in 3 lists. You could do it in 1 list, but for the sake of the video and not having to watch me enter data into the calculator, I have them in the 3 lists here. So I'm going to find the standard deviation of each list. So I'm going to press Stat, and I'm going to use the right arrow to go over to Calc, and I'm going to choose one variable, statistics. It should default to list 1. If it doesn't, you can just hit the second button and then the number 1, and that will give you list 1. But mine here has list 1, so I'm going to go down to Calculate and hit Enter. And my standard deviation here, let's see, to 2 decimal places is going to be 6.09 centimeters. So I'll go ahead and enter that here, 6.09. And then it wants just the standard deviation for the males. So I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to hit Stat, go over to Calc, choose number 1, one variable, statistics. But for me this time, I want my data in list 2. So I'm going to hit second and then number 2, and that's going to change it to list 2. So I'll go down to Calculate. And now I have my standard deviation for just the males. To 2 decimal places, that's 5.62 centimeters. So I'll go ahead and enter that. And then we're going to do the same thing, but for the females. That was my list 3. So I'm going to repeat the process one more time. Stat, right arrow to Calc, and I'm going to hit Enter for one variable, statistics. And this time, for me at least, I need list 3. So I'm going to hit second and then number 3. That gives me list 3. And then Calculate. And here I have a standard deviation of 5.57. And then it says, what effect does blocking by gender have on the standard deviation of recumbent length for each gender? And the answer here is going to be A. The standard deviation for each group is lower than it is for them combined. And there you go. I hope that helped.